Welcome to episode 1 of Your Dish, My House. Potjiekos.
What do you say?
Potjiekos.
What?
Potjiekos.
That's pretty fun to say, isn't it?
Potjiekos.
So if you're like me and have never heard of this dish before, it's because it's from South Africa. It's actually called Potjiekos, and potjie is the name of the cast iron pot that is used to cook this layered stew. And it's supposed to be cooked over open fire. I was running behind this morning, so I used some Jealous Devil Flex and chunks to get the fire started and then threw on some maple wood. Last year at the Open Fire meetup in Hondo, Texas, I had the pleasure of talking with Marcel, who's one of the co-founders of Donkey Long Tongs, which, you guessed it, is a South African company. He told me how important barbecue, or what they call braai, is to the South African culture. And I also have a friend named Lynette who grew up in South Africa as her family were missionaries there. Lynette and her husband Josh are the ones who invited us over for dinner a few weeks ago and were just a huge encouragement to me and the inspiration for this series. So this dish today is a goat potjie. I have a friend who has a small goat farm and I've been wanting to try it out, and I thought this was the perfect dish to do it in. Now, if you look up a recipe for a potjie, you're going to basically find that you can use whatever protein you want and whatever vegetables you have on hand. It almost seems like there's no rules except for do not stir it. This is about the experience, and this is about the flavors coming together in different layers. I'll have the recipe that I use for inspiration down in the description. I didn't really follow it to a T, but I did use all the ingredients listed. So we've got goat, garlic, onions, potatoes, tomatoes, sweet potatoes, green beans, carrots, thyme, rosemary, tons of spices, all in this little cast iron pot. And now it's time to simmer for hours. Meanwhile, my wife is inside making a baked dessert called a roly-poly. It kind of looks like a cinnamon roll, but it's apricot preserves, and also those fried dough balls called vetkoek. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little sketched out to be trying goat. Not something I'm super familiar with, but man, did it smell good. I made a big old pot of some jasmine rice and then began to scoop on this vegetable mixtures, a lot of vegetables, but I made my way down to the goat and it was super tender. Guys, if you don't want to use goat, you could definitely use beef. I also made a chicken one inside and it smelled phenomenal. It was such an awesome thing to see my friends' faces just light up as they got to scoop out this potjie, this South African traditional dish that they requested, something they haven't had in years unless they made it themselves. We had such a great time of conversation. I definitely encourage you to hit like and follow, and stay tuned for the next episode of Your Dish, My House.